Welcome to Caching Waves. This is an Elliott wave update for SUI. Now, I was planning on covering this one a bit sooner, but I thought I had a bit more time. I'm going to go over the 4-hour count and my expectations moving forward. Now, this one has been a little bit difficult as it's a newer coin, and it's respecting linear scale more than log scale, but that can change as we reach into all-time highs again. But I'm going to start the count from the start of the impulse at 46.25. And currently I have this as a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially complete. So we'll go through this impulse and then I'll show you my expectations moving forward. So from our wave 1, very nice clean 5 waves. You can see we had our A, B, C complete. Important to note, I always like to map this out. This adds education and examples in your head moving forward when you're tracking things in real time, that sometimes we come shy of the 1-to-1 extension where wave C equals wave A. There's an example. We just tick through it. This is an example to me where some people might miss out if they had the buy there at the 1-to-1 and they let it get away from them, just waiting for that 1-to-1 tick, right? And you can see we just came shy of our channel as well. But we did come right between the 50 and the 618, our expectation for a wave 2. After that, we had our impulse to the upside, our third of the third peak right here. After that, we had our wave 4 as a flat. Most common areas for a wave 4 is the 382. Sometimes we get to 236 and we want to hold above the 50. So you can see it's holding ideal. This one's obvious because of the 3 waves most likely. And after that, we were looking for our wave 4. This is also an ABC. And important to note, this one came to the 1.382 extension of wave A off of wave B for wave C. And again, we want to hold above the 50, and we're right at that zone again, as you can see. I've mentioned this in previous charts as well. A lot of times we look for the top end of our base channel. This is a modified pitchfork, which is just a base channel. Take beginning of wave 1 off of wave 2, extend off of wave 1. We usually look for support for the wave 4 at the top end of that channel. Look to go up and hit target. If that fails and our count is still good, we look for the center of the pitchfork. As you can see, we were ejected right off of. We did the same thing in Bitcoin. If you remember, we were tracking that. So that was the spot, bottom end of our channel, 1.382 extension, 5 waves to complete for a C wave. That was the spot right there. As you can see, right between our 382 and the 50 for our 4th wave. So I wish I had made this video a little bit sooner. I missed the buy too, although I have a trigger order ready. But it's important to note in this one, I was going between log and linear. On linear scale, 3rd wave is extended, so we wouldn't expect 5th wave to get extended. We'd expect a 1-to-1 extension of wave 1 off of wave 4 for wave 5. On linear scale, that actually comes up shy from the all-time high. If we take the 618 extension of wave 1 through wave 3 off of wave 4, which is another way to measure, that actually hits 277.59, as you can see right there. And if we use the 1.618 extension of wave 1 off of wave 4, that's right around 265. So we do have confluence there for potential targets for our 5th. That's the box I have there, 265 to 277. But there is one thing to keep in mind, and that is that we will be in price discovery. That is the all-time high. So it has been respecting linear scale, but that doesn't mean it will respect it once we reach all-time highs. I actually like log scale better for our 4th wave because we didn't come so close to the 50%. So that's something we'll have to pay attention to as we're moving up here. And on log scale, it's not really respecting a pitchfork except for the shift, which isn't one I usually use, but it's the one I'll be using on log scale for here. So Here's an example. If we're on log scale, we hit the 1.236, just shy of the 1.382 extension of wave 1 off of wave 2. So there is a chance that this gets extended to the upside, but I want to be as reasonable as possible. So right now we'll just be focusing on that 265 to 277, but there is a chance this moves way higher, right? So just keeping that in mind. Usually I'd take the extension of, it would be this one right here usually. And we can even get extended past that when that does happen and we're in price discovery because there's no resistance, right? People just buy till they're exhausted basically, and we break structure. We can use log scale, use our extensions. I mean, I've seen 1.618 extensions of 1 through 3 off of wave 4 in price discovery, which is up there at $22, right? So I'm not calling for that. I'm just saying it's possible if enough buyers step in price discovery. So assuming the bottom's in, let's go to the smaller time frame. Oh, one other thing to note. Once we resume our primary degree here for wave 5, we might not get significant pullbacks. If we look at this wave 1, you can see we didn't get really any pullbacks for this 5-wave move. Once we broke out of this wave 1, you can see we got really shy pullbacks. It's just because if you wait for that 50%, it's unlikely to happen if we're trending aggressively on a larger wave count, right? We're working on the 5th. This happens sometimes when the trend just continues. There's just some examples here. So that being said, you have to use a decision process based on how bullish you think this scenario is. So trying to get this across properly. How do I explain this? The way I'm personally playing this, I'm not saying this is the count. This is a 1-2, and this is a 1-2 of a smaller degree. Just because you know where our targets are, we're looking for 5 waves up in this wave 5. It should be at least a 1-to-1 in price, and it should look similar. So it should react similar to this wave 1, which is pretty aggressive, right? Let me see if I can, where is that bars pattern? Let's grab it. So it should react something like this, right? And it should actually get stretched up to our target zone. So it should react something like this. Not a lot of pullbacks, right? To get the right look. So my expectation is that is a 1-2. Like such. And we're working on another 1-2 within the 3rd wave. Might even be in. Something like this. So that's one thing I am considering, the fact that we could be getting something like this. So I'm going to buy the breakout here. This is just what I do. I'm quite aggressive in these situations because, as you know, I'm going for risk reward. My plan is to, I'm going to wait a little bit longer. I haven't put my order in yet. But what I will most likely do is if we get a pullback here whatsoever, I'm going to start buying at the 382.50 and the 618 in case we do get that. We can retest this wave 1 high, but my stops will be at this wave 2 low, right? And if we break out above, I will have a trigger order there, so I won't miss it. And my stop will be at the 618 of the 66 of the wave, just past the golden zone. So that's my plan to take my buys. Either I come back here, stop at this low to begin with, or if we break out, I'll pull the whole full fib here and put my stop at the 66. So I'll have a trigger order above, so I won't miss this. But this is my bullish count. So we'll see if we get that. And how we would get extended here is once we come up to this target at the 276 or 277 there, and we start to pull back, we break out again, and this becomes wave 1 and 2 of wave 5 instead of wave 5 altogether. But we won't know that until we start seeing this reaction, right? We have to watch that in real time. But it looks good to complete up here for our 5th wave. We'll see if we get extended. That's something for a later video. That's how I'm planning on playing it out. But it's also important to note this may not quite be complete. I took the length of our wave 2, extended it off of wave 3. That's our 1-to-1 in time where they equal out in time. Usually wave 4 is a bit longer than wave 2, but it doesn't have to be. This is where these guidelines come out. You have to say, okay, what's most likely? And I would say most likely the 4th is in. Came to our 382, bottom end of our channel, 1.382 extension. So most likely we're complete. All right, so this is one I've been wanting to make for a bit. I'll get it up. I'm in quite a few positions. I will update those in a bit. All right, guys, that's it for this one. If you want to make sure you get my updates right away, be sure to like and subscribe, hit the bell. And sometimes I post setups on Twitter. I'll leave the link in the description that I don't make videos on. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.